Just going through some drills. We're almost at game time, folks. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Sacramento Kings against the Detroit Pistons here at Little Caesars Arena. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Here's a look at some of the stats for Tim Hardaway.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Now Sacramento starting 5. The post pair for him will be Murray and Sabonis. Ellis is out there with Levine, and it's DeRozan in at the small forward. And for the Pistons, inside for him, it's Harris and Duran. Hardaway is out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. Looking ahead, Brent, how excited are you for the playoffs?
Well, just fired up for the level of competition that steps up tenfold, Kevin. And you know this. We've seen so many great performances come playoff time. Teams are fired up, young guys who are going to get this experience for the first time. But it's the stars that shine in the playoffs, and we are that close.
And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. Outside Hardaway. Lock at 6. Inside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Jalen Duran has a nice game. He plays a lot in the box where he's going to rebound. He's going to be an interior scorer, and his instincts are there as well.
Detroit shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
That free throw, no good. And when you take a look at Jalen Duran, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
Levine kicks to Ellis. Levine sets the screen for Ellis. He doesn't hit that one. Cunningham with some nice D. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff. Now, when I asked him about the challenges his team will face going up against DeMar DeRozan, coach said it doesn't matter what kind of defense you throw at him. DeMar is so good getting to his comfort zones and knocking down shots. What people don't realize is how good of a playmaker he is. Given a tall task to slow him down.
Thanks so much, David. Now here's Levine, following the miss by Cade Cunningham.
Levine with that high-arching shot from the corner.
Cunningham passes to Duran. Hardaway against Levine. Cunningham on the wing. He's an offensive force, averaging nearly 26 points a game. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And that's some force coming from your 6'7", 6'8" point guard. That's tough to stop.
Here's Levine. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Jalen Duran.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
15 free throw numbers, really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Detroit. And a change for the Kings. Monk's checked in. And the second free throw, good. Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
They've made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Sacramento with the ball. After the basket by Detroit. Monk with the ball. Now defended by Cunningham. Monk against Cunningham. To the paint, Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And Sabonis just rolling off that pick, ready to make any kind of play.
To the middle. And Duren slams it in.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Levine kicks to Sabonis. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Here's DeRozan, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
So determined is DeRozan as he has piled up a ton of points in this league.
And timeout call by J.B. Bickerstaff. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. For the Pistons, Stewart checked in for Tobias Harris. Asar Thompson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Cade Cunningham. And Detroit has possession. They trail by 1. Thompson finds Stewart. Monk against Schroeder. Stewart with the screen on Levine. Just 5 to shoot. And that one is good by Beasley.
Feeling that Beasley's role out there is to score. He did it that time.
For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now, here's Monk. He has yet to score. Sabonis against Duren. Now, here's Sabonis. Tight defense on him. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Miles, no good. Levine against Thompson. Fires it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Pistons ahead. They lead by 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Hey, Bones, what do you think is a part of the game that some casual fans don't really understand that well?
Well, Kevin, outside of the contest right here in front of us, let's think about the long schedule that teams are dealing with. How many times the coaches employ different lineups and strategies so that by the end of the year, they have optionality in what they can do on the floor.
Beasley is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. Then there's Holland. And it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. The Kings trailing. Pass to LaRavia. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. LaRavia's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Kings. Now here's Schroeder. Stewart with the screen on Monk. Schroeder passes to Stewart. No good with the layup. And so Monk will bring it up for Sacramento. Between rebounding, interior scoring, and he shoots the 3. Brett, there's a lot to like about Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, Valanciunas has done a really good job of growing his game, Kevin, in today's game. I mean, the modern NBA have shooting bigs. JV has stepped out and proves that he can hit shots from the top of the key, but it's still that grinding, tough, physical play that you want on a nightly basis, and he gives it to you.
Free throws good, Lyle. And Greg, for longtime Pistons fans, that bad boys era was so special.
I mean, Detroit's a tough, hard-working town, and those teams did have great talent led by Isaiah Thomas, but it was their physical, intimidating style of play that made them the bad boys.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Pistons trailed by 3. And here's Schroeder. Still yet to score. Pass to Thompson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Detroit making a switch here. Fontecchio's checked in. Sacramento leading by 3. Levine looking around. Schroeder against Monk. It's tipped.
No, sir. Stewart not letting that one go.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Here we go. Time to get live now for your Detroit Pistons. Yes, sir.
Tobias Harris is checked in for Detroit. Cunningham comes in for Malik Beasley. And we've got rapper Big Sean in the building here tonight. A native of Detroit and a big NBA fan.
Always great to see him cheering on his hometown team. It's clear how much he loves attending games.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Cunningham against Ellis. Nobody near Schroeder. No good with the triple. Sacramento leading by 5. Brent Sabonis is truly a player you can run an offense through.
Yeah, he's a guy that you can basically put anywhere on the floor, and all of a sudden good things are going to happen, whether he's playing out of the post and dealing with double teams, or he's at the top of the key, able to read the defense, using his vision and his ability as a big to drive the basketball. Domantas, one of the better playmaking fives that we have in the NBA.
Now here is Harris. No scoring in this one. It's good from Schroeder on the assist from Tobias Harris.
And right there, Dennis Schroeder shows some confidence by nailing the jumper.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
And look at what they did in the fourth quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
Outstanding game. That was your pick. Great dance, bro.
So for the Pistons, Duran, he's checked in for Stewart. Thompson comes in for Holland. Hardaway is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Jones checked in for Sacramento. DeMar DeRozan comes in for Levine. .133 left to play here in the half. To the inside. Here's Ellis. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Cunningham outside. Thompson sets the pick for Cunningham. Back to Thompson. And he banks in the layup. Thompson's got his first points of the night.
Gotta do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
Monk, the pass to DeRozan. Back to Monk. Good ball movement here by the Kings. Ellis kicks to Jones. 5 to shoot. Back to DeRozan. Takes the 3. Rebound, Detroit. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
When they ran the offense right, they found some easy shots, but on that occasion, it was few and far between.
Yeah, lots of ups and downs. One good possession, 2 bad ones, 1 good one. They could never get on a steady run and play some solid offense.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. DeRozan gets the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Cunningham against Monk. Cunningham looking it over. Can't connect from short range. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Kings lead by 2. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, DeMontis. This team was efficient in the first half. What's working offensively?
Everyone knew today was going to be a game. We all came out focused and we're playing team basketball. We're sharing the ball, and that's working for us.
You got a lot of weapons there, DeMontis. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. First on the menu is looking at what games will be coming up here shortly. Out in Miami, it'll be the Heat against the 76ers. 7:30 Eastern for the tip-off in that one.
These are solid teams, pretty close talent-wise.
Absolutely a sneaky good game that should be very entertaining.
And let's take a look at this first half of play for the Kings. Not a lot of separation here at the midway point.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't letting the crowd get into their heads. In fact, they've looked comfortable at times. Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We've seen Jalen Duran really having a great game.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
On the floor for Sacramento, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Zach Levine is out there with Ellis, and it's Sabonis in at the 5.
And Duran has that length to corral anything around the basket.
And for the Kings, they're shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. And when it comes to Jalen Duran, Brent, is it fair to say some teams regretted not drafting him?
Well, maybe a handful, Kevin. I mean, there's a particular way that you want to play or use that position. with how you get out there offensively. Jalen is a proven big. This guy is physical, strong, and can rebound, and gives you a different presence on the inside.
Brent, we talk about guys on the brink of stardom. Cade Cunningham is right there.
Yeah, the two areas you'd love to see Cade improve on is just taking better shots and making plays for others. He has that instinctually, Kevin, as a point guard at his size. But as his team grows, the appreciation for what Cade Cunningham can do on the floor, that will grow too.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor. And he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
And so he hits both.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Now here's Levine. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game.
Without a doubt, one of the game's most graceful athletes. Levine just seems to glide down the lane.
Thompson against DeRozan. Thompson dishes to Cunningham. Over Ellis. Duran down low. Murray on him.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Jalen Duran, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, "I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win." Kevin?
Yeah, DA, you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development. And timeout called by JB Bickerstaff. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. You look at Sacramento. Right now they're on the outside looking in at the playoff seeds.
And I think for Sacramento, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Now, you just don't want to sit in the middle for too long. You either want to be competing against the top teams or starting to strategize where you can position yourself for a high lottery pick and maybe turn around your franchise's fortunes.
Now here's Hardaway. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Cunningham. Drains the 19-footer. Cunningham's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
And the confidence growing from this young guard, Cunningham, dropping in the jumper.
Here's Ellis. That's in there. Murray with the assist. Ellis has got his second basket of the night.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
In 2023, and Brent, you and I remember this, Keegan Murray set an NBA record with 11 consecutive threes in one game.
What an unbelievable night to witness that kind of consistency and a guy locked in like that. I mean, that's different, and it speaks to Murray's focus. But this guy has so much more to contribute to a team and room to grow. That night was special, Kevin.
Oh, powering that one down. Murray saw a chance to go for it and took it.
Pistons trail by 4. Cunningham passes to Hardaway. Cunningham sets a screen for Hardaway. For the three. Good on the triple. Hardaway has got himself on the board with 3 there.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Levine passes to Sabonis. Levine, a screen on Duren. Back to Levine. And he's good on the 3-ball. Levine's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And there's the competitive fire of Levine, getting the 3 points back for them as quick as he can.
Harris kicks to Thompson. Back to Harris. Cunningham for 3. DeRozan with the rebound.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Murray, the pass to DeRozan. Duren pulls it in.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Detroit shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
At the line for your Pistons, Harris. Tobias Harris, 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Harris drops them both. And we just finished the 3rd quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Kings ahead. They're up by 2. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Beasley. Then it's Simone Fontecchio. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. And it's Holland in at the 4-man position. That's the group for Detroit right now. Now, here's Monk. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Wiles. High post shot. And the shot falls short this time.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Schroeder finds Beasley. Fontecchio with it. Stewart in the corner. Nice ball movement by Detroit to tie it up. And the layup is good. Stewart's got the game tied up here for the Pistons.
Let the big man eat. Stewart just aggressive and confident down there in the post.
And for Sacramento, their shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Now, here's Lyles. Monk kicks to Lyles. Monk sets the screen for Lyles. 5 on the clock. Pass to Sabonis. Monk for 3. Beasley with the rebound. And Beasley has the ball here for Detroit. Here in the 4th quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's Schroeder. Down low. It's stolen by Lyles. Here's LaRavia. He's covered by Fontecchio. Schroeder against Monk. To the middle. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And, well, Detroit shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Defense has to know Duran will not back off. He wants to get down there and be physical.
At the line for your Pistons, Duran.
And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. And both free throws good for Duran. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Murray outside. Ellis against Cunningham. For 3, Levine. That's no good, but just his first miss in 5 shots. Ellis against Cunningham. And the layup falls. Cunningham's got the lead up to 4 now for the Pistons.
You gotta love what Kate Cunningham as a young star is bringing to this game.
Sabonis' screen on Thompson. DeRozan inside. He's covered by Thompson. And it's DeRozan missing. Pistons leading by 4. To the paint. Here's Harris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, Harris does a good job. Stop, show the ball, get him up in the air, and then find your way to the free throw line.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
A nice portion of their points have been earned at the line, and they've done an exceptional job creating havoc for the defense and getting fouled.
Well, another part of what they've done tonight is to get a lot of work done in the mid-range. And that's a shot that a lot of teams are willing to let you take. Well, they've knocked him down.
He's just one of those veterans you can count on from the line. Harris really makes an impact from the stripe. Beautiful. Levine getting more comfortable as a go-to guy, wanting the shot when it matters most.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. During that last break, I listened in to J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. He told him he liked the way they were working, but he said we have to really get after it. All we need is a couple of stops. Keep your focus. We'll see if they can close it out. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now here is Harris. 51 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Here's Cunningham. Got it.
And Kate Cunningham stepping up in a big moment for this squad.
Timeout, Kings. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. DeRozan against Thompson. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
How about the heart DeRozan plays with? In the clutch, he's fully committed to getting his team whatever they need.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Can't knock it down, and they really needed that one. And here are the Kings now. And DeRozan kicks to Murray. Full time!
And starting to see what this kid is made of. Murray not shying away from the challenge so far.
And J.B. Bickerstaff is called a timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
That's a 2 from Cunningham. Got it!
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Got to fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And so it's the Pistons who come out on top here. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.